but you pick the things that are most important to you and you do those things really well. Hi everybody, Katie here from Live It Well Nutrition, and thanks for stopping by again. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you, working moms, with 8 tips on how to balance, how to feel good about working and momming and wifing or girlfriending or partnering or whatever you are doing. It's a lot. I know moms wear many hats. And so here is 8 tips to help guide you and get through it all. The first thing you want to do is recognize your values and let them guide you. Because when you let your values come first and your priorities come first, everything else falls into place. And you've got that idea of what you want to happen or the way you want your life to look, and then you take steps in accordance to that. Hey, this decision, is working now or taking on this project or doing this going to get me closer to that vision or farther away from it? And so always navigate with that. I found that extremely helpful. You want to ask yourself a few questions. What do I like? What are my values? When do you feel passion and from what? Again, this is just unfolding the layers of mama here. Who are you? What are your values? What is important to you so that you can create this vision of what you want your life to look like? Second, once you've done that, you want to check in every now and then and reevaluate. Are you making decisions that are getting you closer to that vision life or vision self that you want to be? Or has time gone by and you haven't really made those changes, you haven't really taken those steps toward your visionary self or visionary situation, and you're kind of in the same place as before. So you really want to reevaluate that. Schedule check-ins so that you can reevaluate. Maybe weekly, maybe monthly, depends what the situation is. Know your triggers to keep you in the present moment. And this is hard to do. I have been completely guilty of playing with my son and thinking about work, or planning work, or planning projects, or sitting and watching a show with my husband and being on my phone. And so another question you'd want to ask is such and such too tempting? Because that's part of knowing your trigger. If something's too tempting and you know that, if I open the app of Instagram right now, or if I have my phone downstairs on ring where it's gonna ding 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 every time I get a notification, then I'm gonna be swept out of that moment with my husband when we're watching a show or having a conversation. Maybe you need to silence your phone or put it upstairs or in another room where it's not gonna be a distraction to you and you can be in the moment. Number 4 is learn to say no and narrow your focus as an entrepreneur. Saying no to things like networking. If you network, do you need more business right now? Do you need more things to do right now? Networking you can do anywhere. You don't need to go out for the whole night, and although it's very beneficial, and I've done that a ton, you need to learn when to say no. When to say, I really need to catch up on emails, or I really need to catch up on my personal life stuff, Number 5 is scary, but very informative to where you're at, and that is to unplug for a day. Yeah. When you unplug for a day, you see how it feels and you see how it affects you, and that's a really good marker for where you're at and what you need to do. By the way, I'm sorry if my dog is growling. I don't know what the camera is picking up. Yeah. Number 6 for any mompreneurs out there is reduce your expectations of what you're going to get done and be okay with growing slower. Being okay with growing slower was extremely difficult for me because I'm used to pulling all-nighters and running off of coffee. Granted, this is a decade ago before my holistic health journey began. but now I have a conscience and I have priorities and I have responsibilities, and so I can't pull all-nighters. I can't work till 3 a.m., although I was a while ago when I started my business. And I soon realized that this is not filling my cup. This is not making me have the kind of energy that I need to be the kind of mom that I need. This is not a step that's getting me closer towards that vision self. And so it may take a little bit longer than the next person because I'm doing a little bit more than the next person, and that's okay. Number 7 is keep to a schedule and compartmentalize. So just like I was saying about sitting on the couch and being on your phone, keep your phone away if it's too tempting, know your triggers. So for this, I'm talking about sticking to a schedule that's work time only and family time only. Keeping a schedule where this day, and that day, I'm going to work at this time. You know, if there's interruptions, there's interruptions, but this is the time block that I'm going to be working. And choose days not to work. It's perfectly fine and very healthy to say, you know what, this day and this day, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to think about work. I'm not going to enter the office. The office door is closed. Pretend it's locked. Lock it if you can. And just make sure that you don't do the work on the day that you say you're not going to do work. Lastly, number 8 is take action to implement positive change. Make sure that you're doing something that is fulfilling to you. And when your cup is full, you have more to give. Self-care, nurturing yourself, nurturing your relationships is so important because it runs off into your business, it runs off into your relationships and your friendships and everywhere because you're a more pleasant, fulfilled person and you're proud of the person that you are. You may not always feel caught up because let's face it, you're a mom, you're doing 1,000 things, you're wearing a million hats, you're not gonna feel caught up all the time. You're not gonna feel like you're doing everything all the time, but you pick the things that are most important to you and you do those things really well. And you create this kind of rhythm that you can tack on a few extra things here and there at certain times. And you start to have this pride and you start to have this ability to unplug and have quality time and create those memories that are really what it's all about. So that's all. Just remember, it's progress, not perfection. I hope that this was informative and inspiring for you. I really want to meet you with where you're at and be real with you because I value that. That's one of my values. I value helping people and being real and, you know, connecting with all of you. So please like and subscribe. I'd really love to see you. I'm growing my follower. I'm at like 59 followers right now and I'm counting every single one. That is just like, I'm over the moon. Every time I see that I have another follower, I'm like, oh my God, and I tell my husband and I tell my friends, like I got another one, another person subscribed. And so I'm at 59, let's make that 60, let's make that 70, let's keep going, let's grow the Live It Well Nutrition tribe. But until next time, live it well because you only live once. Bye.